Kids, this is just kind of an introduction to our next project. These are a couple finished examples from last year of this, and it's a high contrast illustration, mainly in black and white, but you can see how some folks did decide to add color later. But it's on a piece of cardboard, and especially for students that are hybrid, part of the requirement is that part of the corrugation of the cardboard is going to be exposed for your design. So you have to consider what's going to make a good silhouette design, since that's what we're focusing on, how to fill the space in an interesting way, having some plan also for which part of the illustration is going to be the exposed cardboard. Okay, so obviously I know you don't have an idea right now, but the first stage of the game, like most of our concepts, is going to be just planning. So I would create, just like we did for our last assignment, a PowerPoint slideshow and just do a couple slides of possibilities. So I've got two concepts here. My first concept was to make something related to a prison, because I was thinking the corrugation might work good for the fencing. My other idea was to have something to do with the post office or the mail. And again, I'm just having lots of different examples that I copied and pasted into a slide so that I can print those off and have those as a reference. And so here's some more. This is the cardboard that we're going to be using. It's very thin, and you can expose the corrugation. And so you can see how I took that idea. I ended up settling on the Postal Service one. And I did a practice drawing first to kind of plan out, just on a piece of typing paper, how I was going to proceed. And I even kind of tried to plan, like, okay, this is the part that I'm going to carve into the cardboard and expose a few corrugation pieces here to make things look attractive. And then this is where I am starting to lay it out. So this is the stage I'm at. I haven't yet done any carving. I haven't done any sharpening yet. Here's a couple examples from online on Instagram that I found that I thought are pretty cool. So you can see how, now, I'm expecting something a little more complex than that, but you can see how they took and even tore the cardboard in a chaotic way to create the sense of that wave. Now this one is a little more refined, and it's of an engine, and you can see the smoke kind of billowing into the background, and that's the part they chose to expose the corrugation on. Just to throw you an additional curveball, if you wanted to do something a bit different than just an illustration, you could choose to look at this instead of an illustration as a road sign. If you think about like pedestrian crossing signs and things like that, they often are just silhouettes. So if you wanted to create not a road sign that we've seen before, but maybe like a fictitious or like a parody or a funny road sign that you wanted to do instead, we could orient this in a diamond instead of a square. Okay, and if you opt to do that, the assignment's really the same. It's just that you're orienting it this way instead of this way. I included as an attachment in the assignment a picture like this that you could use for like thumbnail practice sketches before you decide on your idea. So you don't have to use this, but this is something that I'm including on the assignment to at least give you the option to do a couple practice sketches within these diamonds. And really you could just turn it this way and do some practice sketches this way if you decided that you wanted to stick to the square orientation. Okay, so we'll have another video here in a little bit dealing with how to cut the cardboard and how to proceed from a pencil drawing into a dark silhouette.